Your 1 in a million Subway story. This sandwich right here, a double meat meatball not toasted. It's rare enough to get a double meat meatball. I'm pretty sure I've never gotten one until this order. But to get a double meat meatball not toasted? Bro, this has to be a 1 in a million sub. I don't think I've ever seen this made by anybody. And if I'm being honest, this was such a hard sub to make. Has a homeless man ever come into the store and asked for food? So at my old Subway, it was in a pretty rough area and we would get homeless people all the time. And every time I would always give them like a 6-inch or chips or a cookie, whatever they wanted, because, you know, honestly, I felt bad. But there was this one time where somebody came in with a huge attitude that was homeless and it seemed like he was demanding a drink. This was the one time that I didn't give a homeless person something. Looking back now, I kind of feel bad, but come on, man, how are you gonna give me an attitude if you want something for free? So guys, I literally flew down to Florida to make ice cream and I'm gonna take you through the whole story because it's been kind of insane. So a few weeks ago, I had one of my good friends on TikTok who has 8.6 million followers now. His name's Dylan, and he actually is here on YouTube too. He makes ice cream with a popular ice cream company called Cold Stone Creamery, and he was like, dude, we love your videos. And he's actually my good friend, so like we've been talking about this for a while, but he was like, come down, let's make ice cream, let's make content, it'll be a ton of fun. So the person he's working with named Rick, yo, big shout out to Rick, he's a great guy, actually flew me down and he's paying me to make ice cream with Dylan all weekend long, and it's been a blast so far. But my trip was kind of a nightmare getting here, and there's been some funny stuff along the way. So on Thursday night, I went to bed at like 2 in the morning, and then I realized my flight was at 8 a.m., so I would have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning sharp. Once I woke up in a panic because I literally thought that I missed my flight. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna make it. But then I called my Uber, and my Uber was there in a jiffy, and I made it like an hour early, and I was pre-checked in, so that was a lot of fun. I get onto the plane, immediately greeted by a bunch of crying babies, but what can you do, man? They're just little kids. And I had a window seat, and I had to go to the bathroom like 3 times. The people on my flight that were sitting next to me were probably so mad at me. And there was a kid behind me just like screaming to his best friend across the aisle. Honestly, nightmare fuel of a flight, but it was actually pretty good once I knocked out. Yeah, I fell asleep basically throughout the entire 3-hour flight. But once I got down here, I immediately went to the Cold Stone, and me and Dylan started whipping up ice cream like it's nobody's business. I've never worked at a Cold Stone before, and as you can see right now, I'm not bad at making ice cream, you know? It's definitely not Subway, and you know, Subway's the GOAT, so like I can't really say much. But it's a ton of fun. I mean, like a job at Cold Stone is pretty comparable to a job at Subway. We were so busy on Friday night when I landed, and there were kids that came in that knew I was coming, and they actually they were asking for me. It was such a trip. So on Friday night, we literally had lines out of the door. Yo, I'm gonna be honest, there were a few Karens down here in Florida. It's not hard to find a Karen here. And all the people that were working at the Cold Stone were so cool, and I'm not gonna lie, yo, it was a struggle making that first ice cream. But once I got past the initial struggle, it was easy sailing. Cold Stone has this thing called chop, chop, fold, fold. So once I got that down to a science, I was, you know, I'm unstoppable at making ice cream. Definitely not as good as Dylan though. Yo, Dylan was like throwing ice cream up in the air and catching it. He was like making 2 ice creams at once with like 1 hand each. This kid is a master. Literally the greatest ice cream maker I've ever seen in my life. So basically, I got flown down to Florida to make ice cream. I mean, like, dude, I'm so grateful. This is like my dream. I do thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I mean, this is so insane. And as I've been down here, TikTok's been doing really well too. I hit 3 million followers on TikTok. I got a 10 million view video, and Dylan's killing it too. By the way, Dylan is going to be linked in the description. I'm going to get him to post a lot more to YouTube, and I'm 100% sure his YouTube content is going to be banger. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want me to do anything else or go to any other jobs. I mean, I think that would be a sick idea. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. Remember, everybody, eat fresh. What if someone comes in and doesn't speak your language? Almost every day I have somebody come in that doesn't speak English, and usually they speak fluent Spanish or another language. One of my coworkers speaks fluently in Spanish, so she'll just take care of whoever doesn't know English but can speak Spanish. But if I'm alone or they don't know Spanish, the point method always works. That's why I love Subway, because you can just literally point at whatever you want, and we'll be able to usually do a thumbs up, thumbs down, and put it on the sub or not. Did a Karen ever ask for the manager? I've actually had this happen a few times, and this one time I had a lady that wanted double meat but didn't want to pay extra for it. She told me that she's been to the Subway a few times and has never been asked to pay extra for double meat, and I immediately called CAP. I told her I work at this Subway just about every single day and I've never seen her there before, and I train my employees to charge double meat every time. That didn't stop me from giving the lady a free cookie though. You know, you gotta treat your customers with respect and love, but you cannot try bamboozling me and expect to get away with it. This woman literally stole money from me. It was another fine day at the Subway. You know, this was back at the old Subway a few years back, and I was getting pretty busy. It was right after lunchtime. I was all alone, so I was definitely feeling the stress of the summer sun and all the customers coming in. Well, during this rush, I had a woman walk in and straight to the counter. She immediately started to yell at me, like, hey, I just need a cookie. Like, please come over and just ring me up so I can go. And I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll just get this out of the way so it's one less person in the store. So I go over to the counter. She goes, let me get a chocolate chip cookie. And I go, okay. And so I get the cookie out of the little cookie holder for her and put it in a bag and ring her up. I'm like, that'll be 91 cents, ma'am. And the woman hands me a $20 bill and I go, okay, perfect. Let me get this done as soon as possible. So I give her $18 and change back. $19 and change back. Whoa, I can't do math. And so after I give her a change, she goes, hey, do you think you could hand me a straw from behind you? And I go, why, of course, ma'am. That's my job, to give you whatever you'd like, right? And then I turn around, grab the straw and give it to her. And she goes to me, hey, you missed $10 from this. You only gave me $9 back. And I go, oh, that's weird. And I didn't really have time to go back and check the cameras. Obviously, every single time I would go back and check the cameras on something like this. So I figured, okay, maybe the woman is telling the truth, but I had some doubt in my head and I was like, you know, I really don't think she's telling the truth because I've never made this mistake before. But I'm like, whatever. I got 2 customers online. They're hungry. They're waiting for the sandwiches. So I give her that $10 back, call it a day, and let her walk out. And I got to remind you guys, this woman had an incredible attitude with me. She literally immediately walked into the store, started yelling that she's in a rush, was very peculiar about the one chocolate chip cookie that she was getting. And then it was only till the end that she tried to be very nice to me because she was trying to scam me out of money. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll check back later after this happens. I go ahead and make the other 2 sandwiches for the customers. And I'm like thinking in my mind after all this, I really don't think that I gave that woman incorrect change. So I go check the register and I count all the money to see if it lines up with what it says in the computer. And it was $10 short. So I'm like, I gotta check the cameras on this. So I immediately go to the back, turn on the cameras and check out what was going on. While I was doing this, the woman turns around and just drops it into her pants and literally finessed me out of this money. I was shocked because there were literally 2 other customers in there. So the fact that they didn't see it, I mean, like, come on. But I can understand they were probably so focused on the delicious sandwiches in front of them. So the lady basically scammed me out of this money immediately, and I was a sucker that day. Karen got away with the fast one, I'll say that. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. It really helps grow the channel, and be sure to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications. We're growing at an incredible rate right now, and it's because of all of you guys that love and support this channel. Thank you again for everything that you guys do. I love all of you, each and every one of you. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and remember, eat fresh. Okay, my friends, my children, gather around. We have a beautiful story to tell today. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what PDA is. I don't know what it actually stands for, but it basically means people showing each other affection in public. And for some reason, people love to just come into Subway and start making out with each other. Listen, it's different if you're just holding your girl's hand or you have your arm around her shoulder, but why are you making out while you're ordering a Subway sandwich? It makes zero sense to me. I mean, like, it's the least romantic place that you could be. So I had a couple walk into Subway, and, you know, they were really nice at first. They were going through the motions, you know, and I turn around to toast their sandwich, and I turn back around, and they're literally just, like, kissing each other in front of me. Not kissing, they were literally making out. I was like, guys, you want another sandwich? And then it seemed like I just caught them, like, doing something bad, and they were like, oh, no. They were so embarrassed. I felt kind of bad, if I'm being honest. And, yo, don't get me started on the older couples. I mean, I literally had one old couple come in. They were so cute together, I gotta admit. But they just started kissing in the Subway. I mean, they were alone, but, like, they were just kissing each other across the, you know, little table they were eating at in Subway. I was like, oh, this is kind of gross, but that's okay. They seem like nice people. But, like, if a girl's in the Subway and she's, like, yanking on her, like, boyfriend's arm, like, give me a kiss, ma'am, this is a Subway. I understand if you want affection from your boyfriend, but holding hands is just gonna have to do it for now. You can't be making out in the store in front of a bunch of other customers, especially when you're getting served food. It's kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. And the fact that you take your mask off to kiss each other, like, what is going on? Oh, wait, but the best is when people kiss with the mask on. That's like a whole nother beast. But anyway, I had another ma'am, this is a Subway moment the other day. Well, it wasn't actually the other day. I'm pretty sure this was like 2.5 years ago. But a woman came into Subway and started asking us if we served tacos. I literally thought that I was being pranked at that moment, but she was dead serious, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't be laughing at this. I'm sorry, ma'am. We do not sell tacos at our Subway. And then she started laughing. I started laughing, and I actually did drop the ma'am, this is a Subway line on her because I thought she was pranking me. But yeah, that lady ended up getting a nice steak sandwich. I literally made her a taco out of Subway ingredients, if I'm being real, and it looked absolutely delicious, I must say. So props to that lady. She made herself a taco at Subway. Who knew it was even possible? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new. There's going to be all sorts of giveaways to subscribers, and we're growing at a really fast rate, so just hit that red button. Thank you guys for watching today's video. video. I love you guys all from the bottom of my heart. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And remember, eat fresh. The mother of all Karens. It was another fine afternoon at the Subway store. You know, I was doing my thing, putting up veggies in the front, making sandwiches, doing everything right, you know? And I had this woman that walked in. Let me begin by saying that this woman immediately started complaining by telling me that the menus don't say the prices. And I literally pointed at the prices for her and walked her through how much everything costs. After about 2 or 3 minutes of explaining this to her, she goes ahead and orders 4 sandwiches. On one of the sandwiches, she asks for extra cheese. On one of the sandwiches, she asks for bacon. For one of the sandwiches, she asks for extra cheese and bacon, and one of the sandwiches she asked for double meat and bacon. So I'm like, great, this lady's ordering a bunch of sandwiches, she's getting a bunch of stuff, so naturally I'm happy because she's ordering a lot, you know? While I'm making these sandwiches, she's telling me that double meat is not enough double meat, that I'm not putting enough cheese on the sandwich, and she even told me that I wasn't making the sandwich right. I mean, the nerve. I've only worked at Subway for 5 years, right? So after getting through the hell of putting the meat on the sandwiches, I finally got to the veggies, and she literally asked me to load these sandwiches up. I'm talking extra lettuce, I'm talking extra onions, literally extra everything. This was literally nightmare fuel. So I finally got through making the sandwiches and I go to ring this lady up. I asked her, do you want any chips, any cookies or anything? And her first question was, are those included? Are those free? And you know, if somebody asks for a free cookie, usually I'll give it to them. But not for this lady. I said, no, you got to pay whatever the price is on the menu. And she's like, no, I'm good. I don't want it. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. So I ring up the price and this lady starts to go ballistic. She tells me, how come you charged me this much for these sandwiches? And I said, you got double meat, you got extra bacon, you got all these things. And she was trying to tell me that I should not have charged for double meat or extra cheese or anything. She was like, I've never been to a place and they charge me extra for extra meat. And I'm like, lady, have you been out of your house for the past 5 years? You go to literally any fast food place or anywhere, they're gonna charge you extra for extra meat. I literally loaded these sandwiches up and she ended up walking out of the store saying that she didn't want to pay for them. Dude, I don't get angry when I'm working, but this was something that got me fuming. You give me a hard time. You make me make these sandwiches. You make me make these sandwiches very precisely and with a lot of stuff on it that I should probably be charging even more for. And you have the nerve to walk out and tell me that I have no idea what I'm talking about. Some people, man. I haven't really seen that lady ever since. And that's been the end of that. Let's hope that that Karen doesn't come back into the store anytime soon. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you getting to the end of it. If you're here, you might as well like the video and subscribe. About 65% of you aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button because it really helps grow the community. Turn on that bell notification button so that you're one of the first to know when I upload. I reply to early comments too. Thank you everybody for being here. Have a beautiful and blessed day, and remember, eat fresh. Sometimes when I'm bored at Subway, I like to make these little funky creations. This is what I like to call a pepperoni bite, where we take the Subway dough, put some pepperonis and mozzarella cheese inside, and fold it over. It's kind of fun doing this, I'm not gonna lie, and it kind of feels like making a little dumpling out of Subway ingredients. And then I threw this bad boy into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and it came out delicious. Alright guys, I got a treat for you all today. This is the Mega Sub at Subway, and this might be the biggest Subway sandwich I've ever personally made. This thing is approximately 1.5 feet, and when you order a party sub, it comes with 2 of these, which is a 3-foot long sub. And no, this is not the everything sub. That I'm gonna make probably after I hit 1 million followers. I've been holding out on that video, but it's coming soon, I promise. But my dad just randomly came to me one day, and he's like, yo, I wanna make a big sub. I was like, yeah, Dad? And he was like, yeah, you should get it for your TikTok and your YouTube account. We're gonna make a big party sub. And he very specifically wanted me to say these words when I make it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I don't know why he wanted me to say that, but I have to do it for my pops, you know? Yo, making this sub was honestly kind of a struggle. Getting the bread kneaded is like, it's not that easy. We had to take like 3 loaves of bread per half and start kneading them as if it's like braiding. But the final result is 100% worth it. And now this brings me back to a memory from my childhood when we used to have these party subs. There was this one time that I was like 9 years old. I walked into Subway and I saw this sandwich on the counter being made, and I literally thought that I was dreaming. Little Milad was in heaven when he saw this sandwich because it was literally the biggest thing I'd ever seen at the time. I mean, it was bigger than me. And I remember begging my mom if I could have the sandwich because I was convinced as a little kid that I could eat that entire thing. As an adult today, I'm still pretty convinced I could eat this entire thing, but I don't think I'm gonna try. Well, actually, I have to try when I make the everything sub when I hit 1 million. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for that video too. I already know that video is gonna be a banger, and a lot of you guys have been looking forward to that. So don't worry, to those of you that were worrying, I'm not holding holding out on it. I just want to wait for a milestone to be able to make this delicious sandwich. And to those of you that are sitting there right now thinking, what in the world did he do with this sandwich? I actually took it to a homeless shelter. There were 2 of them, so I handed them both off to the homeless shelter. Hopefully they enjoy their delicious Subway sandwiches. And on this sandwich, as you could tell by the video, we put turkey, ham, pepperoni, salami, basically all the vegetables, and then mayo, chipotle, Southwest, salt, pepper, oregano, and some oil and vinegar. Tell me this isn't the most delicious Subway sandwich you've ever seen. And the price on this bad boy, I'm pretty sure is $50 for 2 of them. It's not for just this one. For 2 of them, I'm pretty sure it's $50. I could be wrong too. I told TikTok this, and in typical TikTok fashion, they started roasting me, saying nobody would buy it, even though we sell one of these like every other month. So yeah, that's basically today's video. I can't wait to make everything sub for you guys. We're so close to hitting 1 million subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, be a part of this journey, be a part of the first 1 million. There's gonna be a lot of really cool videos and a lot of giveaways to my subscribers coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for all of the love and support, everybody. Turn on that bell notification, like this video, and be sure to eat fresh.